Nort Johnson is with us. He's with the Chamber of Commerce. We've got so much to cover here. Shop Small Saturday is next weekend. But before we get to that, I did want to plug the fact that you had a very good Young Professionals coat drive.
Sure did.
Winter clothing drive.
Oh, you know, that Y Pro group worked so hard. We were estimating they got 5 times the donations they did last year.
Isn't that something?
It really is. And there were the folks that donated. They went shopping. People went shopping, bought brand new coats and boots, and also we take in mildly used from people. We got a lot of those. And then there were cash donations that were made, and they went and did some responsible shopping with all those cash donations. A few folks gave gift cards to the drive, and yeah, the Y Pro group just really did an excellent job. They moved a ton of warm clothing and much needed warm clothing, coats and boots, to a population that needs that.
They found a niche.
They did. They did. They've done a great job. They're looking forward to next year already.
Well over 1,000 coats, mittens, boots, snow pants.
And think about that, 1,000 articles of clothing. That's fantastic.
Lines formed 90 minutes before the doors at the Elks Lodge opened last weekend to give the clothes away.
And the Elks are an awesome partner. They let us store things there ahead of time. We ran out of room at the chamber. We needed to move things out there to their facility so that they had room. They sorted them by size and, you know, boy or girl style, and there were some adult clothes given as well. So, you know, hats off to that Y Pro group. But they don't just do that. They also provide a wonderful networking opportunity. Y Pros, that's young professionals, gives them I'll call it a venue that fits their style because they define it. You know, sometimes they'll do lunch meetings at the office, and then they may do a gathering, let's just say at Basher's, with the bus tour of Faribault for the Y Pro group. And then they take on projects like this. They provided, you know, the politics and pizza venue, meet the candidates. So very active Y Pro group. And if you're a young professional in or around the Faribault community, consider getting involved. Give us a shout at the chamber. We'll hook you up.
How do you
with
define
leadership.
young professional?
How do you define that?
Yeah.
If you're working in our community, got a job, and you want to be involved, that makes you a professional. Age-wise, they've been pretty soft on it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was under 40 or something.
I think that's typically the rule, but they don't back anybody. They even let me come once in a while, Gordy. So, and I'm that mid-50 range, so good stuff, to be sure. And thanks a bunch for all those people.
Yeah, well, they were on our show. I was happy to see that they had a terrific fundraiser.
You bet.
Coat raiser, winter clothing raiser.
You bet.
That was awesome. Shop Small Saturdays next Saturday. Then you got Winterfest coming up on December 2nd. I was at the council meeting, which lasted less than 10 minutes last night after we got done with the proclamation of General Aviation Month. Did you know that our airport here in Faribault, I was amazed to learn this. I went on the airport page on the City of Faribault's website, and I clicked onto a link that took me somewhere else.
Right.
And there in the somewhere else
right.
was information that told me that from March 31st of 2016 to March 31st of 2017, the Faribault Airport averaged 51 planes a day.
Is that something?
I was blown away.
It's busy. It's a busy place. They've got
80 aircraft that are, you know, use that on a regular basis.
Right. Right. It's a fantastic asset, and there's a couple fun businesses out there as well. Rare Aircraft is
worldwide recognized.
Worldwide recognized.
Yeah. I'm going to take a little break here, and then we'll come back and talk more about the airport. I didn't realize we had a cool airport, but I didn't realize it was that much utilized until last night. You learn something every day. I was just telling North that when I was in North Platte, Nebraska, they did a Christmas promotion where the local chamber and one of the car dealers gave away a brand new vehicle. You had to register, you had to be in the stores. I got you in the stores shopping.
Right.
You registered, and some lucky person, a couple of years in a row when I was out there for a few years, won a brand spanking new pickup through that Christmas shopping promotion.
Wow, that's something. Now we don't have a pickup. However, we do have a number of prizes this year, including $100 chamber checks, $50 chamber checks, and what we've done is we have 600 Shop Small bags out there at retailers right now. And if you're lucky enough to get one of those bags, inside we pre-stuffed them with a little information ticket that has a unique number on it. And what we're going to do the morning of Shop Small Saturday is we're going to pull for prizes, and you'll be able to either go online and check or give us a shout at the Chamber of Commerce on Monday with your ticket number, and we'll see. You can find out if you're a winner.
So you're going to post them on your website?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will. We'll post them on the I Get It, and in the chamber page. We'll probably put a link on our downtown page as well.
So out of these 600 bags, well, 500 have winners or what?
There won't be 500 prizes, but we could have done that if we made them $1 each or $2 each. But no, but there'll be. I'm pretty sure that we've got 25 prizes. So if not, again, I'll go back to the office and we'll scramble and we'll find some more prizes.
Well, the odds are a lot better than
at least 25.
Probably local casino, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we're excited at the participation. We've got all 600 bags are out there now. Actually, we've got just a couple back at the chamber, and the shopping in Faribault it's really good. We don't have the selection of a Mall of America, but we've got the goods. If you need it or want it, you can find it in town. So shop local. Those dollars keep circulating here. We hear from a lot of our friends and neighbors that they have hopes of Faribault having a bit more, continuing to add amenity and a little bit better base for shopping. And one of the ways that every person can get involved in helping that happen is to spend more of your money here. It's proven that on average, $1 that's spent in your town turns over 7 times in that community.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we got 100 people to spend $100, and then you take that times the 7, that's money that moves around.
I was talking to our economic development director after last night's city council meeting.
Okay.
We were talking about the changing landscape in retail.
Yes.
With more people shopping on the internet. I mean, it's a fact.
It is.
And what that's going to do eventually is lead to no more bricks and mortar outlets. If it continues at the pace it's continuing now, that's a sad thing. I mean, jobs gone.
While it's trending, and we talked about this last night, before the council meeting, there was some other action at City Hall, and the chamber was involved with that. We had first was our meeting for the Tourism Commission. It wasn't a meeting where we were making full decisions on anything. It was informational, conversational, and we really had some fun talking about the attractive style retail that we do have, and how the business models are evolving. So in summary, so a lot of us remember when downtown was full of retail, and then the malls came. This is not just Faribault. This is across the world. So the idea that you'd build a big covered mall with some food and a movie theater in there, a lot of people really enjoyed shopping that way. So they did. And that pulled a lot of retail out of downtowns. And so downtowns filled up with service businesses into the buildings, insurance agents and attorneys and financial advisors, etc. So that landscape has changed, and you could say that the malls had a negative impact on retail downtown. So now what the internet has done is has sort of affected malls in the same way malls affected downtown. Shopping habits have changed. The commodity type of things, you can go online and find a lot of choices, and they'll mail it to you. You still can't touch and feel it or try it on or look at it or smell it before you buy it. So there's still a desire for that. And what the internet has done, again, has made all of these choices available, but has also opened up opportunity for the small businesses again. They are now able to access their customer bases online. In other words, my store downtown can post all of their merchandise on the internet.
And not rely just on locals to buy their merchandise.
Exactly right. So they can have a storefront and move an amount of goods through there, but they also have access to the world the same way that Amazon does, Macy's, right. Target.
Yep.
So a little shop in downtown Faribault can access that same customer base. So the winning business models right now are those that cater to both. And the smaller space you have to be able to do that out of, in other words, not necessarily a large small space, but a smaller quaint space in a downtown unit.
Like Rough Acres.
Like Rough Acres, name them, all of them downtown. They have a little bit tighter spaces, but they're able to sell out the back door to the entire world. And so good business models include sales change and revenue streams from online sales and out the front door sales.
So you don't see buildings, retail buildings, being no more when this generation that's coming up, because they'll be used to ordering stuff on the internet. They're tied to their smartphones all the time.
Correct. But what you can't get from that is the experiences. And so the businesses that have the unique shopping as an experience, and those that are including activities, Upper East Side. It's downtown across from Boss Flooring in that block. So Sue's got this awesome little business model where it's the painting, it's the active, you can actually come in and do something and have an experience. You can't do that online. Rough Acres Market is going to be firing up some cooking classes. You can do that online, but you can't be around other people and have that activity and
smell it and taste it.
Exactly,
and all that.
Exactly. So there's opportunities to have businesses in those spaces that are not just goods on the shelves, they're activities, and people, they yearn for that. So that came up during our Tourism Commission meeting, because as we were getting creative and talking about how downtown can evolve with crafts, with artisan work, you can go imagine experiencing, watching an artist doing their work or having classes, and we do a lot of that at the Paradise now, but we do believe there's room for more. And I think Sue Switchenberg again at that Upper East Side is tapping that market really well, and I think Ramon at Rough Acres getting into the cooking classes and things coming up. People yearn for that, and it's great dynamic that it creates for the district.
Awesome. So the Shop Small Saturday is the day after Black Friday.
You bet.
Next weekend. I
Next
can't believe
weekend.
Thanksgiving is
That
next
got
weekend.
here fast.
You'd say that again.
Got here fast. So yeah, good stuff going on, and that's all over town. Go on the chamber website, and you'll find different opportunities there. And I know there's a number of advertisements coming out. You'll find places and things.
And
good
December 2nd is Winterfest.
Excuse me. Yes, it is. December 2nd.
First of what will be, 50 to 100 Winterfests.
We hope to. We hope to. Our Winterfest is sort of kicking off, though, on our Thursday night downtown. That's Thursday the 30th is the downtown holiday open house. So many of our businesses downtown will offer up treats, Christmas treats. We've got an ice sculpture being done live at the corner of Central and 4th that night. We have carolers.
That's by Hartman Insurance.
Correct. Correct. And Hartman's been a good partner for us, and they're helping sponsor that. We'll also be having that night carolers and horse-drawn wagon rides again downtown. It's going to be a lot of fun. Earlier, there's the connection at the Park and Rec Department at the community center, and that kicks off. I think it's at 4:30. You can double check on the Park and Rec site for that, and there'll be Santa will be there. The carolers will be down there for a while, and they'll have activities there with the library and Parks and Recs, etc. as well on that night. And then Saturday is that's our first ever, the official Winterfest day for this year, and we're excited about that. At 3 o'clock there will be a kids movie at the Old Village Theater. Drop the kids off there with somebody watching them, and then the other adult can escape and shop downtown. Have a little experience there, and then at 5 o'clock it's our first ever lighted parade right down Central Avenue, just the way we like it. We've got almost 30 units in the parade already. I know that I've got there's at least one unit that is considering it a contest to see who can get the most lights on their wagon. So look for that one. I think that's Midwest Collision is going to see what they can do about filling a trailer with lights. And there's a lot of other unique ideas. If you're interested in being in that parade, give a shout at the chamber, 334-4381, and we'll make sure we get you on the list. There'll be a couple people organizing that.
No cost to be involved.
No cost this year to be involved in the parade. We want to get this thing going, and so free to participate. Extra fun leading the parade, the Wooden Shoulders crew from Shattuck. That's their that's the girls' version of the Crack Squad, and they are fantastic. So, and they've done a little bit extra and have gone and got lighted staffs and other lights that the troops will be wearing while they march down and lead our parade. So that's going to be pretty fun. And after that, we've got a genuine Faribault style downtown outdoor dance party going on. It'll be a heated tent. We've got Old Country Boys, the full band. Ray Bauer is setting up so that we've got a bar available, and that's a $5 entry to get into that. It'll be a 3.5 hour dance.
Isn't that across
right after the parade?
F-Town?
That's going to be right next to F-Town, in the alleyway there. That'll be fenced off. You'll get a wristband for an ID to make sure that that's okay. So it is family friendly. There'll be alcohol at the event for adults, but the music is certainly going to be family friendly. The atmosphere will be. So, just get your warm clothes on, come down and watch the first ever lighted parade downtown Faribault, and that'll kick off at 5 o'clock. Go right down Central Avenue, and then wander on down to F-Town or stop at any other downtown places that you like for food or drink. It's just going to be pretty fun.
The council last night passed closures, I believe, of 3 parking lots. Is that right? 3? Or is it 2?
What they would have passed would have been that one parking lot, but then we're also...
Well, the one at Buckham for staging the parade.
Correct. Yep, that is correct. And then the one by F-Town. But we also, there's one block that will be closed off. We're not quite sure if it's happening yet. We don't know if we have enough vintage snowmobiles to do the slide in. Look for an announcement on that. If we get that covered, we still have that this year.
Oh, okay.
So, and this being a first year...
So instead of a car show, you're doing a snowmobile show.
You got it. You got it. Vintage snowmobiles. So...
Oh, I can't bring a modern one?
Pardon me?
You don't want any modern snowmobiles in the snowmobile show?
We haven't invited them. I don't think we'd turn them away if they showed up.
Well, I'd just be curious.
Yeah. So again, and this is a first year for the event. We're committed to a 3-year test run of it, and research shows that if you get 3 years in, you'll know if it's a good event or not. The feedback I'm getting already, I think that this will be the first of maybe 100 Faribault Winterfest.
Well, we won't be around to see that, but
no, unlikely, very unlikely. So, but it's we're pretty excited about it, and the enthusiasm from our partners, the people helping sponsor, and the participants for the parade, and excited about having a little outdoor party with music and everything. Be a fun night. So come and have a winter gathering with your fellow Faribault citizens on that.
Of course, you're not really braving the elements when you're in a heated tent.
Well, the band's going to be in the heated tent. There'll be room for some folks in that, but some of it will be outdoors. We'll have some picnic tables, and it's going to be It's going to be a nice time.
Celebration of winter, is that what?
Celebration of winter and a celebration of Faribault. That's our town. I'm proud of it. I'm glad we can show it off a little bit.
Yeah.
Call your out-of-town friends. Tell them to come down and have fun Faribault style that night.
I hope we get a little snow for that.
A little bit of snow would be nice. Ideally it would be that 30 degrees with no wind and the big snowflakes floating around. It is winter. It's Minnesota. Hoping for not an ice storm or 50-mile-an-hour winds and 10 below wind chill. But it's going on no matter what.
So the whole idea here is you come to Faribault, you shop all day, you attend the parade, and then you go to the dance.
Perfect. That's a great day, don't you think?
I think so. Yeah. Although that parking lot that's closed over by F-Town, I saw the hours were like 4 in the afternoon till 11 at night.
There you go.
That's because you have it all set up.
You're going to have some setup to do and then a little bit of tear down. So, but that right after the parade, again, the parade's at 5. Wander on down after that and enjoy some Faribault camaraderie.
Individuals can have floats, neighborhoods can have floats, anybody.
Clubs, individuals, absolutely. The family float, your organization float, your business, we invite everybody. And it can be, again, anything from, if you want to light up a pickup truck and put a couple rocking chairs in the back and have a Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus in there, or if you've got a Macy's style dream, a big old float with the whole kit and caboodle and everything in between. It's there. We're having it for fun, and all of those things are fun. Macy's, and if they're lit up, they're welcome.
The Macy's Day Parade, they have those big balloons, the big.
You bet. You bet.
So
yeah,
you
very
can light up one of those.
Very familiar with the parade, Gordy. Actually, I had the good fortune in my past to sponsor a float in the parade. It's actually
Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yes, sir. I had 3 years did that. In my time away from Faribault, I was blessed with a lot of opportunities, including that. In fact, we hired Neil Diamond to be on that float one year.
Wow.
No kidding. There's another year, it was pretty interesting. We had Joan Jett dialed in. Okay, Joan, I Love Rock and Roll, Joan Jett.
Sure.
And interesting story, so I'm in South Dakota at the time. And it turns out that Joan Jett is a vegetarian and a little bit outspoken on the PETA thing. And the meat industry in South Dakota is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I would think so.
And so, true story, we'd partnered with the state. The organization that I was running, Black Hills and Badlands Tourism, partnered with the state. We signed the checks, but they partnered with us on the South Dakota float in the Macy's Parade. And there were a couple of folks from the Cattlemen's Association who thought it would be really bad to have Joan Jett, who's a little bit outspoken on the PETA side of things, representing South Dakota. And they had, I'll just say it plainly, they caused a big enough stink about it that the governor asked us to get a new performer. True story. So we ended up with somebody else on the float that year.
That wasn't Neil Diamond.
We had Neil Diamond the year before that, and then we ended up with some. There's a more modern performing group, kind of pop rap folks that were on. I don't recall the name, but
okay.
They had a following as well, but would have been fun to have Joan on the float.
Well, she didn't. I mean, she agreed to do it, right?
Yes, we had her under contract.
Knowing that South Dakota is full of ranches and cattle.
You bet. It's interesting because she's a South Dakota fan. She comes and performs and at other venues there. But so that's interesting things. But that's the biggest parade I've been able to be involved with in my career. But we did out there, since we're talking about lighted parades. If I recall, there were 7 of them that took place in the Black Hills, and my group would go in every one of them. We had a big trailer that we'd light up, and just a lot of fun and very popular, very well attended. Some of them had a celebration afterwards. Some just had the parade, and that was it.
Everybody loves a parade.
They do.
Let's be honest.
Absolutely.
So you're gonna have some like apple cider or something?
Yes, we will. There'll be
Hot chocolate.
yes, right. There'll be appropriate refreshments for everyone. There you go.
Hope the place is packed. December 2nd.
December 2nd.
Parade's at 5.
It's in downtown, but it's a party for all of Faribault. Celebration for everybody.
Come on downtown.
Bring a
Better
friend.
yet, have a float.
You bet. You bet. It's flown by again already, Gordy.
Yeah.
That happens every time.
I've only got a minute left. Anything else you wanted to get the word out on?
Oh, again, if you see a Y Pro, tell them thank you. If you'd like to get involved with Y Pros or Chamber Ambassadors, we'd love to have you come and visit with us. It's fantastic work to do with a little bit of volunteer time. You'll feel good about it, and it will help us continue to make Faribault strong and continue to improve Faribault. Come on and get involved.
Shop small next Saturday.
Yes, sir. Shop small, and then Saturday the Winterfest, and boy, come down for the wagon ride on Thursday the 30th too. Listen to the carolers, watch the ice carving being done.
That's a week after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, yep. Good stuff here, Gordy.
I know. That's why we have you on.
Well, I appreciate it. Every time's a...
You know, I interrupted you before the market update. We were talking about the airport. We never did get back to that.
Right.
But I'm
quote
pretty
the
much out
stat.
of time.
Quote the stat.
51 planes a day.
51 planes a day.
I was amazed at that.
Faribault is a busy place.
I was floored by that number.
That's something.
51 planes a day for that year. Unbelievable. That's today's AM Minnesota program. You can tell I'm amazed, can't you, by that number?
I can tell.
Yeah, I was a bit in shock. You're in tune to KDHL AM, Faribault, Minnesota.